What is RevolutionOS? RevolutionOS is our own proprietary, basically software inside the vehicle to be able to collect data and pass data down to the trucks. And you can tell from this architecture, there's really two main parts of RevolutionOS that we use inside the product to be able to have this communication with the vehicles. One is the server, and you can see here from the server, we have a nice server farm here that connects to a database and also allows, and this is the internet in this use case, and then this is the truck. So you have the server, and then you really have the digital instrument cluster. And the digital instrument cluster is the human readable experience that the driver and operator have inside the vehicle. But in the background of just showing data, right? Speed, kilowatt usage, how much battery you have left, how much gas you have left, how much CNG you have left. We're actually collecting around 2,000 messages a second from the truck, the chassis, cab, and body of the vehicle, and passing that data up to their servers. And with that information, we're able to use that data for lots of wonderful bits of data for us, from troubleshooting to optimization to all kinds of other fun things in the vehicle itself. Here's just another graphic of the same exact thing. So you have the digital dash inside the vehicles. The vehicles all report up to the server, and we're able to have communication with them. We are using bank-grade security and digitally signed transactions between not only the truck, but also our servers to the truck. So it allows for extreme capabilities of security, but also us being able to send information from the servers down to the vehicles. And that information is things like messages and route optimization, any type of VCU updates that we want to make for the customers, anything that we want to be able to update for the fleet that's out inside the space today. We do have APIs, so third parties that we trust can actually get this data from the vehicles themselves. And so let's say one of our customers is using a different fleet management system. They can actually hook into our APIs and get the data directly from our servers to themselves. And so in this use case, you can see this is the trusted partner, right? So this third party can interface with these APIs to be able to get some of our customers. So we'll make up an example in this particular case. The Chris refuse company is using the Zan fleet management software. In this case, Chris would give Zan's fleet management software the capability to use their API, and they'll be able to collect the data from these trucks in real time or very close to real time, so they can get geolocation information and other fuel related information that they would care about in those use cases. Some of the data that we do collect, just to share, is GPS, speedometer, odometer, elevation, different information about the vehicle and where it's going. We include a full route progress, so you can actually go into the web as the fleet manager. You can go into the web interface and actually see where this truck went at any given time for the course of history, and this is really good for compliance reasons. You can also see the date, speed, and altitude and distance traveled on that particular trip, and see it all go through all the different locations, either in real time, or you can actually drag and drop this route indicator. We do provide some canned reporting. That's really easy for customers to be able to get a picture of what's going on here. In this case, we have fuel, vehicle speed, odometer, and see over the course of time, of course, you see the odometer go up. The fuel level goes up and down depending upon how often they change the fuel or added fuel to the truck. And then the vehicle speed, you see lots of variations inside vehicle speed. So this particular truck went on different highways and then did a whole bunch of back roads, and et cetera, et cetera. So you can actually use all this information very easily, and canned reports for you to be able to control that. We do have ADAS in the products and in the trucks, and this really allows for us to be able to identify pedestrians and cyclists, gives you a forward collision warning, lets you know if you're over the speed limit, so it can actually read speed limit signs, which is pretty cool. And then lane departure. So we're able to look at all this, use this information, this vision-based system for our ADAS product, and be able to share this information with the driver and operator of the vehicle right there on the digital dash, so they know what's going on. There's two main parts of the Revolution OS and our trucks, right? The Revolution OS really allows for us to be able to see what's going on with the trucks and share that information with the driver and us and our servers. The VCU is the automotive grade vehicle control unit, which controls kind of how much torque and horsepower the electric motor gets when you press down on the pedal, for example. This VCU we actually can update in real time also. So if there's a battery optimization for high heat, for example, we did a run in Phoenix and Scottsdale where it was 116 degrees, and we learned a lot about our batteries and the capability in the high heat environments. We actually implemented a optimization feature for these high heat use cases. We can actually push those updates through to the entire fleet via over-the-air updates of the VCU. And then basically just some of the features that we have here. I will say here's a couple questions I've received in the field, and some of these are in the FAQ document. But for you guys, digital dashes break. How's the factory gonna protect those? And we basically say the factory certifies it for the life of the truck. Can they still hook up their own fleet management software products to the truck? And the answer is yes. They still do have a J1939 port available that they can plug into and use just like they would a typical vehicle.
And it would not display on our digital dash. It would be a separate unit, correct?
That's correct. Yeah. So we would not display anything. Usually in those use cases, the architecture is much set up like ours, which is they put a simpler component other than a digital dash, obviously, in the truck. It's just kind of like your insurance, for lack of a better phrase, right? There's little click things you can do for your insurance car company where you can plug it into your truck or car and it can get data collected from it. That's essentially what a lot of these third-party fleet management software solution providers do too. You basically plug it into the the J1939 port, and then they collect the data and pass it off to their servers for analysis. And that's basically what we're doing, but in a more sophisticated way since we're factory installing it. All right, guys. Talk to you later. Thank you.